Hey guys, it is the weekly outlook for February 1st through February 7th. And if you hadn't noticed, I'm a little bit late. It's kind of late on February 2nd, but I kind of have a good excuse. I was at a retreat all weekend with the lovely Miss Veronica Varlow, and it was my birthday, and then I came back on Sunday night and kind of was trying to get back into the swing of just being home, because when you go out to a retreat, sometimes it just throws off all your balance until you can just sort of settle down. So I took yesterday as kind of a settle down day, and we're getting back into it. So our first card of the week is the Ace of Wands. And this would be the card that was for yesterday and today. So this might be a little bit of what you've been feeling, because I'm late with this. And the Ace of Wands is all about possibility and new beginnings and enthusiasm. So it's a lot of like getting in touch with what you're enthusiastic about, what you want to be doing. And truthfully, I think it's also a little overwhelming, because it's like you're in the beginning and you really want to hit the ground running, and you're brave enough to be hitting the ground running, but at the same time, there's a little bit of hesitancy going on. But it's mostly because you're overwhelmed, because there's just so much possibility at this point, and you haven't really narrowed down what you need to be doing. So I feel like the past couple of days has really come from that sort of place. And coming into the middle of the week, we have the Hanged Man. And what that is saying to me is, we're starting out at the beginning of the week with this kind of like overwhelmed new beginning feeling, and then as we move into the middle of the week, we're going to have a big change in perspective. And the Hanged Man is also kind of a card of like taking a step back and reflecting too. So there's a lot of like energy of not making things happen, but letting things happen. There's a sort of an ease to it. So part of this whole middle of the week is you want to make sure that you're working on whatever it is you need to be working on, but at the same time, you want to make sure you're taking breaks from that as well. Make sure you're doing your meditation. Make sure you're going to yoga class. Make sure you're going to dance class, or whatever it is that you do. Go out and take a walk, because doing those things is going to be what helps change your perspective on whatever it is that you're working on. You don't have to be sitting in front of the computer for 8 hours. You can take a deep breath and walk away for a while. And towards the end of the week, we have the Two of Pentacles. So that's moving into the weekend. And part of the Two of Pentacles is kind of this balance. You're finally finding what your flow is. It's also a card of fun, so make sure that you're balancing out work with pleasure. And also, much like the Hanged Man, the Two of Pentacles is a card of gaining new perspective. So I want to reiterate, make sure that you're going and doing fun stuff this weekend. Don't just sit in your house like trying to buckle down on whatever project you're working on. It's just forcing it to happen is not going to make it happen. So just to recap all of that real quick, we have this new energy, new projects, excitement from the beginning of the week. And as we're moving into the middle of the week, we just need to remember to like not try to buckle down and force it to happen. Take that step back and make sure you're going to yoga class, make sure you're meditating, make sure you're taking walks, whatever it is that you do that makes you kind of relax and chill out a little bit and get you into your body especially. And then as we move further into the weekend, make sure you're doing the fun stuff too. And all of that is just going to kind of shift your perspective as you're coming through the week and coming into the weekend. And our little helper oracle cards this week, the first one comes from Gabby Bernstein's Miracles Now deck, and that card is Stillness is the Key to Success. And that is reiterating what I was saying about making sure you're doing like meditation and yoga. So I think it more has to do with mental stillness, because I don't know about all of you, but my brain is busy, busy, busy. So I need to make sure to do things that calm my brain down. Things like yoga, things like meditation, coloring books, singing, painting, anything that sort of just takes me a little bit out of my head and brings me back into my body. And I feel like that's probably helpful for a lot of the people who are watching me as well. And our second oracle card comes from the Magdalene Oracle, and we've got Revelation, which again is sort of reiterating what's going on in this coming into the middle and end of the week. Chill out, take some stillness, and those revelations are going to come to you. You can't force them to happen. You've just sort of got to give it some space and let it happen. So folks, let me know down in the comments how things are going with you, what you're working on this week, what sort of stuff you've learned as you've gone through the week, how that stillness is going for you. If you like this video, make sure you like it on YouTube, share it with your friends, subscribe to me. Wouldn't want you to miss out on anything. I promise next week we'll be back to being on Monday. Make sure you head on over to my blog at nikkiana.com. Over there, I've got to sign up for an e-course that I'm going to be running starting on February 15th about embodying your senses. So that's super exciting. I will put the link in the description below so you can check that out, my fellow YouTubers. Plus, I think there's going to be some blog posts this week about all of the cool stuff that happened on Veronica Varlow's retreat this weekend, so you definitely want to subscribe for that. Check that out. And as always, my card of the day is happening over on Instagram, so follow me at NikkiAnnaH. And that's it for this week. I hope you guys have a great week. Love your faces, and see you next week.